You're watching WKYT News at noon.
Good afternoon. Bill Bryant and Barbara Bailey here for WKYT News, and we're approaching 12:30. A man accused of murdering and dismembering his ex-girlfriend is to answer to the charges this afternoon.
Lexington police arrested 24-year-old Patrick Jones yesterday morning after finding 20-year-old Haley Bourgeois' remains off Malibu Drive near Nicholasville Road. Today's hearing comes as we learn new details about what they're calling a gruesome murder. WKYT's Kristen Kennedy has our top story at 12:30.
Court documents are revealing a little more about what happened. They state that Jones told a friend that he killed his ex with a wrench. The documents also state Jones told police he dismembered her. Investigators found parts of Haley Bourgeois' body in 2 dumpsters near apartment complexes and offices on Malibu Drive. Jones and Bourgeois had a child together. Court records show both filed emergency protective orders against one another last September. Jones filed first, Bourgeois filed one 13 days later, both citing domestic and interpersonal violence. Each dismissed their EPOs the following month. WKYT found in May of last year Jones was charged with 2 felonies and 4 misdemeanors, including theft of $10,000 or more and carrying a concealed deadly weapon. He will be back in court this afternoon answering to charges of murder, tampering, and abuse of a corpse. We reached out to Jones's mother. Right now she is not commenting on the case. In Lexington, Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
Now, Jones declined our request for an interview from jail. Lexington has its first case of Zika virus. It's been found now in an infant. The Lexington Fayette County Health Department says the baby's mother traveled to an area with the Zika outbreak early in her pregnancy. The baby has no obvious physical abnormalities, but will be monitored closely. This is Kentucky's 10th case of Zika virus.
In each case, in all cases, they've all been what we call travel related. They were all contracted from exposure to in another country, all right, internationally.
The health department says neither mother nor baby is capable of spreading the virus to others. And you can see an interactive map showing the number of Zika cases around the country on WKYT.com.
WKYT News was there this morning as police uncovered a case of animal abuse. A neighbor called after finding nearly a dozen animals outside a home on Melbourne Street in Winchester. And police found 20 animals inside and outside the home when they got there. Chief Kevin Palmer tells us the home is unlivable and smells so bad that he couldn't get past the front door. Neighbors say the person living in the home was evicted about a month ago. Police are trying to find the animal's owner.
You have to clean up after animals, and obviously it's been weeks or months since anybody's, or maybe never, tried to clean up after them and take care of them.
The animals will be evaluated and taken to the Clark County Animal Shelter.
A judge sentenced a man for his best friend's murder this morning, but the victim's father is not satisfied with the punishment. Mark Taylor received 49 years in prison for the beating death of Alex Johnson. A jury found Taylor guilty last month. Johnson was a chef at UK, and police say he sold marijuana with Taylor. Taylor was not eligible for the death penalty, something that frustrates Johnson's dad.
I don't care what happens to Mark Taylor. I really wish he would be put to death.
Taylor's attorneys aren't satisfied either and plan to appeal the judge's decision to the state Supreme Court. He's eligible for parole in 20 years and will get credit for time served.
New at 12:30, police in western Kentucky have arrested a suspect in a Lexington shooting. 21-year-old Delcaveron Lewis is in jail in Hopkinsville today on a robbery warrant. The shooting happened back on March 25th on Red Mile Road in Lexington. WHOP Radio is reporting the warrant says Lewis pulled a gun on a man during a drug deal and the victim was shot after grabbing it. The victim suffered non-life-threatening injuries. Deputies need help in finding a woman suspected of stealing a car during a test drive. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office says 30-year-old Laura Lee Colley never returned to the Cumberland Falls Auto Mart with a 2005 Chevy Equinox. We're told the car she left at the lot was reported to was reported stolen to the Pulaski County Sheriff's Department last week. The stolen Chevy Equinox has a license plate of X7509B. A Central Kentucky ambulance service is facing some tough choices right now.
The ambulance service in Lincoln County is consolidating its services and is being told it needs to raise more money. As WKYT's Phil Pendleton tells us, the additional revenue will come in the form of a tax increase. The story is new at 12:30.
The local ambulance board has a meeting set for 7 o'clock Monday night in which some important and critical decisions may have to be made. One of those decisions could be to seek a tax increase, an increase that many here say is desperately needed. Now, Ashley Powell with the newly consolidated Lincoln Ambulance Service says the local ambulance service has not had a tax increase in many years. But he says if they don't raise more revenue, there will be more than $600,000 in the hole. The current rate is about 5%. They're seeking a rate of about 10%.
Out of 33 taxing districts of ambulance services in the state of Kentucky, we are the 28th lowest, at the bottom. Number one being first, and the lowest tax rate in the state's 33. We fall at 28.
The situation is quite dire. Powell says that if they don't have more revenue, the solution would be to close some of the services down, meaning quite literally that the Lincoln County Fiscal Court would have to come in and set up an emergency service. In Lincoln County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Thank you, Phil. And if the tax increase passes, the average homeowner with a home worth $100,000 would pay an additional $50 on their tax bill.
Lexmark's shareholders have approved a merger agreement. A group of investors led by Apex Technology Company Limited and PAG Asia Capital are acquiring the Lexington-based company for $3.6 million. The transaction must still meet regulatory approvals and customary closing conditions. The deal is expected to be completed in the second half of the year. Kentucky's unemployment rate fell slightly last month. June's jobless rate was a flat 5%. That's down from 5.1% in May. The rate in June of last year was 5.3%. Many industries added jobs in June, especially in construction, which added 1,300 jobs across the Commonwealth. Our Better Living Report is on the way next. New research confirms a link between alcohol and some forms of cancer.
And the CDC steps up the fight against the Zika virus, allocating millions of dollars to be sent to affected states. That's next on WKYT.
We know it's going to be very hot today and off into your weekend. We know that, but are we going to be seeing thunderstorms? That's the forecast. I'm going to break that down for you coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Still watching north of us to see if we actually get a couple of rumbles of thunder sliding southbound. And there's not much going on right now, but I do at the least expect a few rumbles here and there. So just don't let your guard down. Just know that we do have some rain. I did a Facebook Live just about 30 minutes to about an hour ago with you guys. Now, I don't know if you were able to view it. It's on my Facebook page, Mike Ayers, WKYT. And most of you, almost all of you said, I kind of want those thunderstorms. I really want some rain to come in and just kind of cool some things off. I'm right there with you. I really am. It's not fun to walk outside and you're already sweating by the time you get to your car. It's just not a blast. And kids don't love it either. And kids red face, remember, pumping that water. There's the look to the north of us, not much going on in this area, but that area is the part that we need to watch because that's what's going to be flying into our neck of the woods. Now, here's the deal. You look north of Maysville. Maysville, heads up. Starting to get some thunderstorms really developing just to the north of you guys and heading southbound. Maysville off toward, say, Mason County and Lewis County, those areas. Greenup County, heads up next 2 to 3 hours, we could be seeing some of those thunderstorms dive and roll right through your neck of the woods. So just keep that in mind. 87 degrees right now in London. Next update will be right around 90 degrees there by 1 p.m. depending on where you are. 86 in Lexington, but right now in Lexington it feels like 92 degrees. Right now in Lewis County is actually our first spot that we've hit 100 degrees with that heat index. It's getting up there, and listen, most spots will be anywhere from about 95 to about 102 degrees toward the afternoon. It really depends on if you're under one of these spotty showers or thunderstorms. Remember, it's 40% chance of rain, not a great chance, and it's hit and miss. Not everybody sees that. Watch this. Here's 3 p.m. And let me show you the difference from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. 3 p.m., 103 there in Lexington, 103 in Mount Sterling, and that goes for Frankfort. Now you go to 5 p.m. 5 p.m. is our hottest part of the day. Why did it just drop off? Well, because this particular model is saying at that time, more than likely we'll have at least a shower or thunderstorm around, and that's going to cool off the atmosphere just a bit. And as Bill was joking earlier, cooling off at 94 degrees. I mean, that's when you know it's hot outside. 7-day forecast next few days, really the days we need to watch. I hate to tell you to stay inside because I'm not one to sit inside. I hate sitting inside, literally hate it. But it's just one of those times, if you can take breaks going inside, grabbing some water. I know you and the kids get outside and you kind of just forget about those things because we're not used to it just yet. We're in summer, but it hasn't felt like summer.
But this is heat that's hard to forget once you're out there.
Well, that's true.
I was going to say, it kind of takes care of itself.
Yeah, that's true.
You get hot enough, you'll go inside for a little while.
Yeah, quick.
Micah, thank you. New research is finding a link between alcohol and cancer. Plus, the CDC steps up the fight against the Zika virus.
Marley Hall has details in this Better Living report.
The Centers for Disease Control will distribute $60 million to states and territories for battling Zika. The money will be released on August 1st to be used for mosquito control and for investigating and monitoring new signs of the virus. Zika has been linked to a serious birth defect causing babies to develop with abnormally small heads. A new study says there is strong evidence of a link between alcohol and certain types of cancer. Research in the journal Addiction says the heaviest drinking causes the highest risk, and the most likely cancer sites include the larynx, liver, and esophagus. And when smokers try to kick the habit, they are also more likely to cut back on alcohol. A study in England found that within a week of quitting smoking, people were less likely to binge drink, and they were more likely to be classified as light drinkers compared with those who were still smoking. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Marley Hall, CBS News, New York.
All right, we're going to keep a watch on this. Associated Press reporting that in Munich, Germany, shots being fired at a shopping center there. No word at the moment on casualties.
An ongoing situation, and of course we will keep you updated.
And keep it right here for now. Have some dinner plans? Well, we have some great suggestions for you.
Find out what's cooking up during the Lexington Restaurant Week. Next on WKYT.
Welcome back in. Great to have you on WKYT News. Mouth-watering menus from local Lexington eateries. Lexington Restaurant Week is underway.
And aren't we glad it's finally here? One of the featured spots is Enoteca, and we're joined by owner Seth Brewer along with chef Carrie Arps. Welcome. Glad to have you in here.
It's good to be here.
I know you're all excited about Restaurant Week.
Oh, yeah.
All the restaurants taking part are. What are you going to be featuring at the event?
So Enoteca is a tapas restaurant. So that's a Spanish eating concept, small plates, shareable food. And so this 3-course prefix menu really plays to our style already. So we are offering a starter of a cheese or meat, and then that'll be, we have lots of options off our regular cheese and meat menu, and then we are doing a house salad or 2 lentil cakes, and then our final is right here. We've got our beef tenderloin. And,
that looks wonderful. It really does.
And then a silver carp that I will explain in a second once Carrie gets to talk about the tenderloin.
Yeah, tell us about this.
So we've got a beautiful 8-ounce beef tenderloin. It's in a green peppercorn sauce. Now the peppercorns are actually under-ripened black peppercorns, so it gives the dish a little bit of a fresh peppery taste. And then the silver carp that Seth just mentioned is a 6-ounce, lightly breaded. It's going to be topped over fresh house-made pasta. So in a tarragon and cherry cream sauce. So it's a very healthy dish, lots of omega-3s and lots of protein, good alternative.
Yeah. You sold us on it.
Great.
It sounds wonderful.
Well, we have to kind of push the carp. And so I've got to take the opportunity to mention to everybody, this is not the carp that we grew up throwing back when we were fishing.
Right.
This is quality stuff.
It absolutely
This is something people will want to try. You're also known for a lot of your drinks, and you're going to show us how to make a special one right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So Maker's Mark is a partner of ours and Lexington Restaurant Week, and so what I'm going to make is our signature cocktail, the Winner's Circle. I've gone ahead and batched the other ingredients for the sake of brevity. So we have we have 2 local ingredients, cocktail components made right here in Kentucky and with local connections. So we've got Gent's ginger syrup from here in Lexington. We have Jack Rudy's elderflower tonic, and then a very unlocal ingredient. We have a French pink grapefruit liqueur. So all of that is mixed up here.
It's pretty.
It all looks good.
We're about out of time, so show us
Here we go.
what we.
See, let me get there where you can see that. I think we need to move that around a little bit.
Covered it up.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Good.
We lost most of our ice, as Micah has been explaining. It is
This
hot
happens.
out
Yeah,
there.
that doesn't last very long.
There it is.
Man,
right.
So
that's really pretty.
the winner's circle. I don't know if you can enjoy it yourselves, but I know you were looking at the cherries. The cherries have soaked in that grapefruit liqueur.
She
So
can have a
help
cherry.
yourself.
All right. Another winner. The winner's choice is
The
that
winner's
one?
circle.
The winner's circle.
All right.
There it is. that
Lexington
people can
Restaurant
try.
Week will continue, and it is going on through July 30th with special meals at $26. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
You can go surfing. No beach necessary.
Find out how a fun event is helping the American Red Cross. Stay with us for that here on WKYT. Welcome back in. Great to have you with us here on WKYT. Cue the Beach Boys. Everybody's gone surfing. The American Red Cross is holding its summer surfing soiree.
We're joined now by Amber Philpott, American Red Cross Board Chair, along with Lynn Washfish, the Director of Development, to learn more about it. Thanks for coming in today.
Hi, guys.
Sounds like big plans that are made for this big event coming up. Tell us about it.
Big plans. We're hoping that maybe you've been busy all summer and you didn't get to go on vacation. So next Friday, we want you to come, go on vacation with us. You can wear your shorts, your flip-flops, come enjoy us out at the horse park, and you're going to be helping a really great cause, all the great things that the Red Cross does here in Central Kentucky in the Bluegrass.
And even if you've just returned from vacation, you can have another one.
You
so
can
that's
stay
good.
on vacation.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Lynn, how important are events like this? What does this mean to the Red Cross to be able to have this support?
Well, this support helps our disaster relief, and it helps families that are in need of support, like in case of a home fire. The Red Cross is there to help families get back on their feet and help them survive from something like a disaster.
You know, we so often report these stories on the news and say the American Red Cross is helping. Sometimes we fail to realize the effort that goes into that and the money that's needed to keep that going. Right?
Absolutely. There's a fire every day. So we are the Red Cross, and we're always there to help these families and help them restore and get back on their feet again.
Amber, I know you've worked with this cause for many years now. Why is it so important to you?
I think this is my 6th year. This is sort of my baby, and it's just so great. You just said it. We sit out here and we see all kinds of things. This time last year, I was in Johnson County after all the flooding, so I know. Then serving on the board for the Red Cross, I see where our money goes and I see how it helps. And most importantly, you know, we also make sure that folks have smoke detectors in their home, and that's a big thing. A lot of people just think that we're there when disaster strikes, but we're there in those everyday fires.
And helping prevent some of those things from happening.
Absolutely. So that's where the money goes, and it's so important.
If people want to come and have a great time at this event and help this great cause, well, what do they do?
$75 a ticket, or we would love for you to buy a table, but come on, and we've got a great night planned. We've got some fun music. We've got a lot of fun alcohol that you might be able to take home one way or the other. It's a good night, and we've even got some pappy that might show up as well.
Oh, really?
Too.
Nice. And it is next Friday. Mark it on your calendars now.
7 until 11 p.m. and the horse park is
It
the
is,
location.
in the indoor
All right.
arena.
Hey, thanks for coming. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Well, Micah, here in the air conditioning, everybody that comes in says it's hot outside.
Yeah, and you know, it's sticky in here too. I mean, anywhere you go, you just can't get away from it. I tell you, the pools, lakes, rivers, it's probably your best bet if you're wanting to be outside, but inside's probably your best bet just from staying away from everything else. A couple of rumbles, yeah, they're possible the rest of the afternoon. It's hit and miss. Not everybody will see the storms. If you do, it's guaranteed you will get some lightning within that and also some very heavy rain, guys. Chris Baylor will be in here at 4 p.m. to get you updated.
All right, and then, of course, over the weekend in our newscast, we'll keep you updated as well. And we thank you for joining us for WKYT News at noon.
Enjoy your weekend.